Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be going over my weekly home fragrance, like what I've been warming. I have this basket that's quite full. I did not do this last week. I didn't have a chance to just because we had a lot going on around the house. So I have a lot to talk about, so I'm probably not going to get super into depth on certain things, but I'm going to try and describe everything best I can, tell you my thoughts. I'm going to just start off with candles. So first I'll start off with Walmart. This is Mainstays Spun Pumpkin Sugar. This one's good. Some people say this is like a dupe for some type of Bath and Body Works candle. It's pretty sweet. It's not my favorite. I think out of the three that I have, I think Apple Cider Donut is my favorite. Even the Mold Cider was really, really good when it was warming. It was just like warm cinnamon spices type of smell. This one's sweet, almost to the point where you could probably burn it with the Mold Cider and get like a better, like it would take down the spiciness of that and then it would give this something a little extra. So I think that's what I might do. As you guys know, just the sweet scents lately have been too much for me. So let's continue on. I have Scentworks Cashmere Pumpkin. So does this have notes on the bottom? This says it's white pumpkin, ginger, creamy woods, and cardamom. It's this really pretty like orange wax. I love the jar style on these. I feel like it kind of, the burn didn't necessarily pull like all the way out. Like it did, but it didn't, because the jar style's so, like it's hard to get all the way to the edge. I don't know if that really makes sense, but I get like a, not sweet, but like bakery sweet type of note from this, which is not described in the scent notes on the bottom. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. It's all those notes on the bottom I don't imagine would be sweet. White pumpkin, ginger, creamy woods, cardamom. I almost get just like a, not powdered sugar, but some type of bakery sweetness. So it's really good. I just warmed it in my office because I've heard that they don't throw like super far, but it definitely filled up my office. It was like room filling. I wouldn't say though that it like poured out into the hallway, but I really enjoyed it. And like I said, I love the jar style on these, so that was part of the reason that I picked them up. Okay, I have 3 Goose Creek candles to chat about. Let's first talk about Sugared Cinnamon Donut. So here's this. This one is so sugary sweet. It's like to the point where it's cloying. And it's like cloying kind of in the same way that caramel has become cloying. But it was like everywhere. Like my whole entire lower level was like, you could smell that like cloying scent. So I'm definitely gonna have to mix this. Even this one with that Mold Cider might be a good mix. I'm gonna have way more mixers than I have Mold Cider candles, but I'm definitely going to try to find something to mix with this with. Definitely would have to put this in an open concept for me. Because like I said, it filled my whole entire lower level. There's no way I could put it in my office. It would blow me out of my office, like being too cloying. So it was kind of a bummer. And like I said, I used to love these types of scents. It's very like bakery. It really does smell like a cinnamon sugar donut, but like being fried almost even. It's like very, something like you wouldn't want to eat on if you're on a diet, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so that was my first initial thoughts. I think I burned it maybe 2 times and I had the same situation both times. Gonna have to find something to mix that with. But I have a ton of candles and waxes, so I don't think finding something to mix will be an issue. But yeah, I'm finding these Goose Creek candles are kind of like not what I was expecting. which you're going to see. So the next one is White Icing Cinnamon Roll. This one was definitely a hit. This is totally up my alley. I'm really like burning it because I got this as a gift also for someone, and I'm trying to decide like, is this appropriate to gift them or not? And I think I'm going to. It really does smell like the picture. It smells very, not like generic, basic, but kind of. It really just smells like white icing cinnamon rolls. I feel like once it's like warming, burning, whatever, that icing really comes out more. I feel like on cold it's more of that just like cinnamon roll. But I feel like that icing really comes out when it's actually warming, which is lovely. This one was not cloying like this one. It's kind of crooked. So the white icing cinnamon rolls is sweet. Like it's definitely has like a sweetness bakery to it, but it's nowhere near, like this was so cloying, but this I had just in the bedroom and it was fine. So like I said, not what I was expecting. These things are kind of like, you definitely kind of have to try them to really get a feel for them. And then the last Goose Creek candle I burned in the last 2 weeks was Pumpkin Pie. So this one, I don't know, it's so interesting how like the texture changes along the side. So I don't have the notes on this one, but Pumpkin Pie, as you can imagine. This one was the one that I was probably like least interested in, if that makes any sense. And like even on cold still, it's just like, okay. When this was warming or burning, it was so good. I was totally unexpecting that. It really smells like a pumpkin pie, including like the bakery crust notes, which is lovely. I absolutely loved this. I burned this for quite a while. Honestly, don't know if you can really tell because the wax, like it's still really full. But this is definitely the one I burned the longest out of all of these, just because I was loving it. I lit it up twice on Thanksgiving. It was so good. So this one was a definite hit for me, which is so funny, like I said, because this is the one I was the least excited for. Like it was just kind of like a whatever, I'll add it. But it's the one I ended up liking the most so far. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how things go while I continue to burn them down. But those are my thoughts so far. So moving on to wax melts. Okay, let's get out with like these random brands. So we have Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds from the Melted Mousse. This is phenomenal. I absolutely love this. It's so soft and romantic and vanilla. It says whipped vanilla cream, marshmallow, sandalwood, magnolia blossom. It's so good. I love it. Okay. And we also have A to Z Candles Autumn Spice. You can honestly smell these through the packaging. These ones aren't as easy because they're in this like cardboard box. These are really just like a good autumn scent. I feel like all of her wax melts, because they're soy, they have like a certain smell to them. Like besides the actual wax melt, like the actual wax has like a different smell that also lingers along with the wax. I don't know how to describe it, but it's good. I think there's like 6 more stars. They're like not cubes, they're in star shapes. Yeah, so like maybe 6 more in this that I hope I can get through this fall, because I just kind of like my other waxes a little bit better. Let's talk Walmart while we're at it. Oh, I have one that's not Walmart or Scentsy. It is from Aldi, which their brand is Huntington Home. I don't know if that's like Aldi house brand or what the case is, but I warmed the Cozy Harvest. It looks like this. I love this like packaging. This was so good. I really enjoyed this. This is like berries and spice, which I love berries and spice. I have stuff over my heater. It's making noises. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I haven't been to an Aldi in a really, really long time. So I don't know what the status of this is, like their wax melts or anything, but I really enjoyed that and happy I have some cubes left. I warmed this, it's actually going right now. I warmed it like last night and it's still going. This is Cotton Candy Cloud from Sensationals. It says, give me some sugar, and this is what this is. It's just like so sugary sweet. But this to me is not cloying. Like this is sugar, like cotton candy. I was like, what? Literally it's called cotton candy and I couldn't think of it. This is like that sugary cotton candy, and I don't find this cloying, but like this was so cloying. So like I said, I'm just kind of in a weird situation with like sugary scents. I don't know if this one's just light enough, like it's airy, like it's not like super heavy, like caramel. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. I really don't know. Okay, these are, a lot of these are bedroom scents, which is so funny. Better Homes and Gardens, Mahogany and Sandalwood. This one, I enjoy it. Okay, I love the color. Just want to say, it's like the prettiest color to me. On cold, I'm like, yeah, I like it. And then the mahogany kind of hits you and you're like, wow, that's like a lot of mahogany. But then you're like, yeah, but like the sandalwood kind of tones it down. So I put this in my warmer. I have our bedroom warmer. It goes like overnight typically. And so I put it in overnight. You could definitely smell it. Like my boyfriend got up in the middle of the night and used the bathroom. The warmer's in the bathroom. And so he like opened the door to the bathroom and like I could definitely smell it. And then in the morning I went to the bathroom, you could definitely smell it. It was like when you walked in, you were like, whoa, that's mahogany. Like it was that, it wasn't like, oh, this is sandalwood. Like I was hoping for more sandalwood, but anyway. So yeah, so in the morning I walked in, you could definitely smell it. I walked in maybe like an hour later. So it maybe had been going for what, 10 hours. I walked in and it was just like done. Like no more scent at all. So I thought that was kind of odd, and so I'll probably just continue to be using this in the warmer overnight because I don't know, like I wasn't the biggest fan of it, just because it did have that mahogany, like a lot of it, and I don't know, it just seemed like it really died out fast. Like the Cotton Candy Cloud, I had it overnight last night, and it's been going strong all day today still. So, and that's typically how scents perform. So I don't know if I just like, I don't feel like I would have gotten like nose blind to this that quickly because that mahogany just seemed so strong. But I don't know if the mahogany just died out and it was the sandalwood, but it was so light because it had already been going for 10 hours. I'm gonna have to get some more recon on that one. Another bedroom scent, we have Soft Cashmere Amber. This one's so nice. This is literally just like a warm and fuzzy blanket. It just smells so nice. It's so light. This one performed just fine. The only weird one on performance was that mahogany sandalwood. So I don't know. This one, not in the bedroom, is the only non-bedroom one, was Sensational's Autumn Air. Absolutely love this. This is kind of like, I want to say sweater weather, but it's not sweater weather. It's kind of like fall leaves and men's cologne. It's so lovely. And this was a really, really strong warmer or thrower. I just put it 1 cube in the 15-watt mini warmer. It threw all the way up the stairs. It was really strong. Okay. Lastly, we only have Scentsy wax to talk about. So let's chat. While I was at my mom's house smelling testers, she pulled out this bar and she was like, just take this with you. I don't want it anymore. Like it's so old, just take it. And then when my new stuff comes in, like, you know, we'll just like exchange kind of. So she gave me this really old bar of Camu, which is so funny. Like even the like packaging's kind of broke. It's pretty sweaty, as you can see, but it performed okay. I put this in our bedroom warmer as well, and it did fantastic. So I'll probably just use it up that way. I don't love warming things back to back, so maybe I'll switch off and on between the mahogany sandalwood and this, just because it's so old. There's no reason to hang around. Just like hold on to this to keep it around. It's so old, like the packaging's totally broken. So that's my plan with this, but it's kind of funny that she just like had this laying in the back of her cabinet. And then when I brought my testers home, she was like, I think I have a bar, actually. It was just so funny. So bars that are currently available, I'm pretty sure. I did a couple more cubes of Halloweentown. I like this one. It's just not club worthy for me, but it's okay. So I'll probably warm this up one more time and just finish it off before, I don't know, we're kind of like out of fall, but it's so close to being done. So I don't know where I stand with a lot of these, because I could easily finish them off, but like I want to move on to the new season. Farm Stand Pumpkin. I used 2 cubes of this. I think I did this when I did the Autumn Air. This one is just a little bit too spicy for me. It was okay, but this is like a scent that if you say you make like tacos or something that you put seasoning into that makes the air a little bit spicy, and then say you put this into your warmers, you're like, oh, I'm gonna like freshen up the air. It's almost spicy to this point where it like mixes with the spices in the air, and then it like still smells like taco seasoning. I don't know if you guys experience that, but that's kind of what the situation is with this. It's just a little bit too spicy. It doesn't like clean the air. It clings on to the spices in the air, I feel like. So I don't think I would repurchase this because it's just too spicy. Next we have Honey Pear Cider. This is so good, and it's such a different scent because it has that pear. It's very good. This actually did really well in my warmers, so happy to have that, and worked on it a little bit. And then also I worked on Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. This is my favorite. This is so good. And it smells better warming than it smells good in the clam, but it's so good. Like, it smells wonderful when it warms up. So this was a big hit. Put this into my club because I was like, even though this is very common that they bring this out, I'm like, no, that's gonna be a fall staple. So it went in my club. To get into the Christmas spirit, I warmed Jeweled Pomegranate. This is the November scent of the month. When this goes up, there'll only be 2 more days left that this is still 10% off, so check it out. I'll leave a link down below if you want to pick it up. I think after those 2 days, it'll go back to full price, or like regular price. This bar is a little bit sweaty too. I don't know if that's just because, like, I don't believe it was this sweaty when I put it in the warmer. So I'm not exactly positive, but I'll finish this up. There's only 4 more cubes, but this was a hit. This was a good one. It threw really well through all the way up the stairs, like through the whole lower level. It's like fruity pomegranate. I mean, I don't feel like you can detect specifically that it's pomegranate. It smells just like generally fruity. And then it has a little bit of like cinnamon warmness, and I wouldn't even call it cinnamon. It's just like warmth to it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it was very seasonally appropriate. I warmed it on Thanksgiving, and it went like, well, did I put it in on Wednesday? I may have put it in on Wednesday and into Thursday and a little bit into Friday. It did really well. And then the last one I warmed up. I started, I really wanted to just test this one. It's my brick of Marshmallow Mint Cocoa. I got a little bit of use out of this first cube. I only did it in my office because I really didn't know what to expect out of this one. I can smell through the brick, I just want to say. This is amazing. This is so wonderful. It smells like Girl Scout Thin Mints, which honestly, I even asked Corey, like he was in my office and I had like all my stuff laid out because I was like, I'm trying to do inventory. He was like, oh, what's this one? Or he smelled the other one and I was like, do you like this? And I had asked him earlier, I was like, do you like Thin Mints like Girl Scouts? Because I don't even like Thin Mints. I'm not really like a big minty person. And he's like, no, I don't. So like, I don't know. I was just like, yeah, like, really neither do I. But like, I knew this smelled good. He was like not super hot on the smell. So I just popped it in my office warmer in the bathroom adjacent. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna try it and like see what happens basically. It was so good. It was so good. It was like very like refreshing every time you took a breath. It just like opened up your nose and like that peppermint, but it's like creamy like mint and you get marshmallow and there's like a little bit of chocolate. It's so good. And even Corey came into the office and he was like, what do you have going in here? Like, I'm like, what do you think it smells like? He's like, it's like sweet, like minty. And I'm like, it's the one you said you didn't like. And he was like, oh, it's actually good. And I was like, exactly. So you definitely have to warm things to, you know, get your opinion. So I'm definitely going to be making some more progress on this brick, but I just had to like do an initial test. I have a ton of scents in my bin that I need to like try out for the first time to get a grip on what I feel about them. But this brick's gonna be getting some love. So that is everything. It was a lot. Like I said, this was 2 weeks worth. And there may be more than usual in the upcoming weeks because we are working from home a bit more now. So I have more time to like burn candles and things since I'll be home. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.